Welcome to my channel, Custom Scrapbook Design by Christy Stubbs. And welcome to another installment of my Scrappin Saturday Series. So I have not worked with my Pretty Little Studio line for a while, and I have had this line added to my website for at least a good month now, maybe more, and I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. So before moving on to some of the fall collections and Christmas collections that I've just received, I thought we should do just a little bit of summer and give you a little bit of summer layout inspiration. So today I'm going to work with the Pretty Little Studio Sunkissed collection. This is the paper pack in that line, and it is absolutely gorgeous. These colors are so bright and vibrant. They're going to be a lot of fun to work with. So for today, I think I'm going to do a single page layout, and I'm going to utilize this one. And then I'm also kind of thinking ahead about maybe doing a 2-page spread with these ones for next Saturday. So I'll try and remember that I was going to use that. So let's move forward and get started on a fun and easy layout today. So this piece is Bask in the Sun, cutting off the branding strip, and this paper is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, add pictures to that and the work is done for you. The colors on there are so bright and vibrant, and this is going to be a real fun collection to work with. So I have already pre-cut my photo mats, and I like to do a lot of pictures per page. I don't generally tend to do one picture layouts. This paper would lend itself to that really nicely, though, to just do one nice picture on there, whether it be a 4x6 or even maybe a 5x7 photo. It is just beautiful background. But again, I like to put a lot of pictures on a page. So I decided I'm going to go with 3x4 so that we can try and squeeze 4 photos on this layout. And I also have thought that maybe I might kind of alternate these and put a couple of them, of the photo mats, up on foam, just to give the whole layout a little more dimension in that aspect. And then I also did pull the Iced Tea word die cuts. So they've got some great die cuts in here, and I thought we would use the Chasing Summer. And then I also thought this would be a fun summer to-do list. This might be kind of fun to add to the layout as well. And then there's lots of these fun little die cuts in here. We've got some flowers, butterflies, dragonflies, some hearts. And then I had also pulled from my inventory the ducks in a row die cuts. Excuse me. So there's a lot of fun die cuts on this one as well. So I thought I'd pull that one in and just kind of set that to the side and possibly use some of that. I actually pulled quite a few, not knowing exactly what I would want to use. So I did pull in the mini die cuts of the daisies. So there's tons more flowers there. There's the words here on all those pretty coordinating colors. And y'all know, if you've been watching me at all, I really love like these words with simple stories, does a lot of that. And then Pretty Little Studio also has these fun flare buttons. And I have not tried to incorporate these yet in any of my layouts, but we'll see if it works today. So I did pull quite a few things to be able to use. This one's going to be a fast and easy layout. Again, a little short on time this week, so I kind of want to just get a layout kind of pumped out, and maybe next week we'll get a 2-page layout done for you. All right, so I guess really what I need to just get done first is figuring out the exact layout for these photo mats, because that's, you know, the focal point of the layout is your photos. So we want to get those on here in the best way possible. And kind of liking something along that line. And let's pop 2 of them up on some foam tape. And I think we'll pop these 2 up. So when I use foam tape, I always use some glue too, because I have mentioned before, I do get my foam tape at various places and I don't always trust the integrity of it. So I want to be sure that it's gonna stick. And if I use my art glitter glue, you're gonna make sure that that sticks really well, because that will hold it permanently. So you do want to be sure when you set this stuff in place too, that you get it exactly where you want it to stay, because once you have it down, that is where it's going to stay for good. So you definitely want to be sure about your placement. And if you followed me, you guys do know that I tend to move things a lot, so I'm gonna really want to be sure I know what I'm doing when I'm placing this stuff down today. So little foam tape, and I used 3 strips just so that it holds that whole photo mat up and nothing caves in down the road. And then this one, I'm just going to use my tape runner to hold it in place. And I'm just going to tuck it under there, so when you do put a photo on there, that photo will tuck under there as well. And my photo mats are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So if you trim your picture down to 3 by 4, your photo will fit perfectly on there. And we're going to lift this one. Just give this layout a little more dimension. I do find with the background paper, and I don't know, I mean, if you guys have any words of wisdom on this, be sure to share them with me, but I find when my background paper has a lot of detail to it like this one, like it does all the work for you, it's almost harder to work with. I struggle a little more because you feel like you need to do more to it, but sometimes less is more, and you really don't need to add a whole lot to it. At least I don't think so. We'll see how this turns out. Like I said, I do struggle just a little bit more when there's a lot of pattern in the background. All right, so got this tape on. We'll add a little more glue, or a lot more glue, since I just put enough pressure on there to pop my tip right off. All right. Spread a little bit of that out. Okay, let's kind of set these others in place, make sure just get it placed just right. And then we're gonna use the photo tape and put that one down. And we're gonna tuck that one under there just a little bit. All right, so let's take a look at that. Let's see if we wanna do 4 or if we wanna add a 5th photo. We could easily add a 5th. We might actually do that. I started out thinking I just wanted the 4, because I do still want to see some of that background of this paper on here, but I think you can still see enough of it with that extra photo there. So let's go ahead and add one more photo mat. See, I always think I know what I'm gonna do until I actually get started, and then things change. So for those of you who do kits and plan your pages ahead of time, kudos to you. I personally could never make that work. It, to me, is too daunting, and I change my mind way too much. I can't seem to pre-plan like a lot of other people do, because I always tend to change my mind in the moment. So, as I'm doing already, and I just came up with this plan right before I started taping, and I've already changed my mind. That's all right. For me, that's how the process of scrapbooking tends to go. I can plan all I want to, and for some reason it'll never come out quite as I planned, because I change my mind way too much as I go. All right, so we'll add this one. And you know, it's always better to work in odd numbers anyway, so now we've got the odd number of photos. And I like the look of these popped up. And I'm just trying to place this so that when I overlap that corner, a photo will still go on there. And I've determined that tape needs to come back a little bit further so that a photo can still slide on that corner. And I might need to come back even a little further. And I'm just kind of holding my finger there when I place it to see how much room I need, and make sure that my tape doesn't end up on that photo mat. So there we go. I think we've got it. Photo will fit perfectly on there, just like so. All right. And then I wanted to use this Chasing Summer. I really thought that this was perfect with this particular paper. Now I just have to find the right pictures to go on this page, but some fun summer, even pool or lake pictures would look really good on here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and ink this with my black soot, because I want that white edge to pop up a little bit better on that white background. Not all of it's on the white background, but some of it is. So we want to make sure that that will show a little bit better. So I'm not gonna get it perfectly inked, but get it inked most of the way around. Like so. Okay. So we've got our Chasing Summer. I kind of want to see how these flares look on here, these little button flares, because as I mentioned at the beginning, I haven't ever used these, and I think they are so fun, and they'll add a little more dimension along with the popped up photo mats. So I think that they might be a nice addition to the layout. Maybe pull this color from over here onto this side, and then pull this yellow up here, What else do we have? And a little orange. I kind of want to pull the three kind of evenly on the page like so. Let's see what we've got for the pictures. We've got some ducks, which are super cute as well, but to me they feel more like the summer or springtime, and I feel like this is going to be more of a summer layout, so I think we'll save those ducks for more of a spring. And then let's add this summer to-do list, but I think we need to ink the edge of it as well, just to make it pop. And we might even want to matte it to help it stand out even a little bit better on here. And let's see even where we would want to put that. That's kind of cute there. All right, so if we're gonna matte that, let's see what it looks like matted on the black, like the photos will be. Kind of like that. So let's go ahead and glue that down. I want to just add a little bit of glue, not too much. We're just going to give it a little frame. And then we'll trim that. And now I'm just kind of previewing all of this, or auditioning all of these pieces before I hook anything down, because once you get started with the whole auditioning process, you tend to change your mind quite a bit. So, for example, this button doesn't fit exactly where I had first set it with the to-do list here. Okay, and we've got the Chasing Summer, and then I want to pull in, I want to just take a quick peek and see what's in here. I kind of like these tickets that are in this pack, but let me see if I brought over anything else. Okay, that's all I've brought to work with, so let's see what's in here. So let's go ahead and put this piece down. And we're just going to tuck that right under the corner of that photo. And then for these buttons, I am going to use some Zots or some glue dots. That's what I think will work the best for those. And you know, I think we'll switch and put that one up there and pull this pink one down. Every summer has a story. And then let's put this one down as well. So we'll get all three of those put in place. Make your own sunshine. All right. And we're going to ink these little floral pieces because we want to make them pop off the page just a little bit better because they're kind of blending with the white on white. So now we've got a little bit of a edge on those. And I'm just going to put that down with the tape runner because if I glue it and change my mind, I will not be able to get it off the page, and I definitely want to be able to move it if I need to. And then these little this little one, I'm going to pop it up. So I'm going to use a foam square because I don't think I have any circles. And we're just going to add a touch of glue. Make sure that stays. And then a little touch of glue again. And give that a little dimension. And then I mentioned maybe cutting part of this floral off, and I'm going to. And we're going to just cut right around that floral and make it look like that's how it was supposed to be. And shorten that up a little bit because we didn't need quite that big of a floral there. And we're going to use the tape runner again so that if I change my mind, I can. And then this little leaf piece that I cut off, we're going to use it too. We're going to go ahead and ink the edges of it. Little tape runner on there. And we're going to just tuck it underneath the summer to-do list, like so. Okay, and now this floral here, we'll go ahead and ink it real quick. And this one, I think we're going to pop it up, whoops, on some foam right above that corner there. So I'm going to put two separate pieces of foam on this one so that I can leave that center open to cross that corner there. So we'll just add a little foam on both sides and then make sure that that corner goes right where that opening is so a photo can slide in there. Little dab of glue. And we're just going to make sure that ends up on there the right way. And just to demonstrate, that fits on there just perfectly. Okay, and it looks like we need to get our kite. So our kite is not standing out very well. So let's see, once we ink it, if it stands out enough or if maybe we don't want to even use the kite. It's kind of blending into the background a little bit more than I would like, but I feel like the ink added enough to make it stand out. And then this little flag, all I'm doing is darkening that white edge, and I'm gonna just go ahead and glue that down because that's gonna stay right above that photo there. Let's go ahead and do all three of those. Then they're in place. And again, I'm just hitting that white edge so that that helps it to kind of pop off the page just a little bit more as well. And then just a little bit of glue. And we'll get that last one done. A little dab of glue on that one. And then all three of our tags or flags. are in place. Okay, and I'm kind of popping around. I'm gonna hit this dragonfly over here. We're gonna go ahead and ink this one up. And we're gonna pop this one up on a little bit of foam tape as well. Got lots of dimension on this page. Lots of foam tape being used. So the only thing with that, just as a cautionary tale for y'all, is it does add a lot of bulk to your book. If you do this on a lot of your pages, it can add quite a bit of bulk. But it really does give the layout some nice dimension. I'm liking the way that looks so far. All right, so we need to ink this kite over here. We're getting to the end here. I always say it's going to be a quick and easy. It is a fairly quick. It's all this inking takes a little extra time, and we're just going to tuck that below because the mat, the photo mat itself, is already raised. So we're just going to, looks like it was built to just tuck right around the corner of that one perfectly. And then we're going to put this one down with photo tape as well. I hadn't hooked it yet because I couldn't decide, but we're going to put this one down flat, and we're going to raise this dragonfly up as well. Once we get that pretty yellow inked up on the edges, let's put some foam on that one. I'm gonna go with this thinner stuff. And actually, I think we'll put just a little tiny piece on that other wing too, so that it hopefully doesn't bend, since it'll be popped up. And again, we'll just use a little glue there. Got just a little bit of a kind of a little scene going on up there. We need to ink this flower. I love these little florals. These are super cute. And we're going to put that one flat, I think. So we'll just use a little tape. If I change my mind, it is just taped on. We can always lift it if we need to. And we've already got the Chasing Summer. And we're just going to tape that down as well. Both the photo mats are raised around it, so I think that that does not need to be raised. And I'm just trying to get just a little bit of tape on all these skinny pieces, and I could use glue, but I tend not to use a lot of glue on my layouts. And I think we're going to just angle that to match this angle here. I like the way that looks. And then we've got this little bee here, and then we're going to ink just the very edges is all I'm trying to kind of give it an outline, I guess. Not really do a lot of shading or anything, but make it stand up just a little bit better there. And because the title is flat, I am going to use a couple of the squares on the bee and lift it up. There we go. and I forgot to add my little bit of glue to the back side, and I want to do that. Stick that bee right there. Let's see if I missed any other little pieces. Nope. That looks like that is about it. All right, so you guys have seen me do this a lot. Use my scissors to cut my foam tape. I don't know if you guys do that at all and find that your scissors always end up being in a mess. So just a little tip for you. I do use baby wipes, and you can just be real careful not to slide your finger across your blade because they are sharp. But I just sit and really work that baby wipe across there, and it does get all that stickiness off so that you can get rid of that. So I have to do that every so often after cutting that tape. I don't love cutting tape because of that, and I'm sure there's something else you could use, but baby wipes are readily available in my scrapbook room just because I do use them to clean my desk a lot too, with all the ink, and then my hands and various surfaces. So there's just a little tip for you. So thank you so much for sticking with me for my Scrappin Saturday series this week. And I'll be bringing you some more of this Sunkissed collection next week, or possibly in the middle of the week. We'll see what happens here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love it if you would. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that bell so that you get notified every time that I do upload new content. And all of the supplies are available on my website. I will link them below for you. Hope you all find a little time to do a little creating yourselves today on this beautiful, much cooler Saturday. And I will be back soon. Bye for now.